Is the 218th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. And I meant to say this yesterday, but I forgot, because yesterday was the 217th Taiku. That means that there's only 100 Taikus left to complete all of the Taikus in the Babylonian Talmud. But it works today as well, because I didn't say the 218th yet, so there are, as of now, as of this point, there are 100 Taikus left before I say this one. But after today, there'll be 99 left. So that's basically about 3 months until the Taiku project is done. The book by Rabbi Aharon Yehoshua Pessin, called Taiku, records all of the Taikus in the Babylonian Talmud, all the unresolved or unanswered questions. What's interesting is that 317 is the number of Taikus, but many Taikus have many more than one question. Sometimes when the Talmud says Taiku, it's like a group of 4 or 5 questions in one. And then to all of those dilemmas, the answer is Taiku. So in truth, there's a lot more than 317 Taikus. However, there are 2 times that I found that the Talmud says Taiku, and it's not actually an unresolved question. And we had them recently, as you might recall. So Taiku just means let it stand. And we had this in Zevachim. I think the 213th Taiku and the 215th Taiku were like that. Basically, the idea was that there were 2 halachas that you couldn't learn out from a kal v'chomer or something like that. So the Gemara said, let the halachas stand in place. Let them taiku in place. It wasn't an unresolved question. It just says, let the halachas stand. So there's a case where it's a taiku and it's not a question. Although most people would say that it's always a question. But that's something I learned. I've encountered that twice so far in all of Shas. And it might be the only 2 times. I haven't gone through it yet, so God willing, we'll find out. I'll find out in the next 100 or so days if there are any more like that. But at any rate, the 218th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud is found in Tractate Zevachim, page 50b, with the words Davar halamed bekal v'chomer. Davar halamed bekal v'chomer ma'hu shirav be'ekesh kal v'chomer ma'gzer shav shirav me'edav be'ekesh min Rabbi Yochanan melamed be'ekesh min Rav Papa kal v'chomer melamed be'ekesh min Talmudrei Rabbi Ishmael edodin shirav be'ekesh. The Gemara asks, what is the halacha as to whether a matter derived via a kal v'chomer, let's say an a fortiori inference? What is the halacha, the law, as to whether a matter derived from an a fortiori inference? Just to refresh your memory, if I don't use people's names because look at if A is strong, if Mr. A is strong, if Mr. B is weak and can pick up 100 pounds, then Mr. A, who is strong, can for sure pick up 100 pounds. That's what a kal v'chomer is. And they call that an a fortiori inference. And we learn out different things from that. If this thing, which is not so strong, can nonetheless have this, then a thing that's very strong for sure can have this. Okay? So, a fortiori, in Latin or something, forte means strong. If an a fortiori inference can teach its halacha to another matter via a juxtaposition, is another method of learning something when 2 words are seen together, near each other. And that could and should imply something. If I can't think of anything right now, but there's 2 words together, or if you said something more than once, you'd probably be trying to hint into somebody something. Okay, the Gemara answers that this itself can be derived via kal v'chomer inference, just as a halacha derived via verbal analogy, which is a zereshava, which cannot be derived from another halacha derived via juxtaposition, as proven from the statement of Rabbi Yochanan. This looks very familiar, actually. Let me see. I want to check and see if this is the 217th take as well. I hope I didn't make any mistakes here. What is the halacha that matters via verbal analogy? That's the 217th. No, it looks very similar to the previous one. They're both in the same daf. Yesterday we had in Taiku 217, so maybe they're like 217, 2718. Should be like they're very similar type of question. A binyan of, okay, and then no, but thank goodness. I don't like to repeat stuff or make mistakes. I'm glad I'm on track. So I'll start from the beginning, okay? This is the 50. This is the. It's also in Zevachim 50b. It's a similar type of question. I'll read it through. It's basically asking on different types of means of learning things out, whether they can be applied to others, and whether you can understand that you would do that via a kal v'chomer. So I'll read it over again. This is the 218th Taiku. Just reminded me on Fairfax, there's in Los Angeles where I'm from. We live in Jerusalem now, but in Los Angeles on Fairfax, there's a 217 bus. As far as I know, it still is. And there's also a 218 bus. The 217 bus goes up and down Fairfax. It goes into like from like Hollywood, goes down Hollywood Boulevard, down Fairfax, and into like past Pico, like Venice, like West LA kind of area. But the 218 goes to Studio City. It's a very short route. It goes from Fairfax, turns it onto Santa Monica, goes to Crescent Heights, Laurel Canyon, and then takes Laurel Canyon to Studio City and stops there. So I compare that to the 217th Taiku and the 218th Taiku. They're very similar. They both go down Fairfax. So that's my favorite reference. If you're from LA, and you might get nostalgic by hearing that. But anyway, I know I get nostalgic when I hear streets of Los Angeles. But at any rate, the 218th Taiku is this. The Gemara asks, what is the halacha as to whether a matter derived via an a fortiori inference can teach its halacha to another matter via juxtaposition? The Gemara answers that this itself can be derived via an a fortiori inference. And just as a halacha derived via verbal analogy, which cannot be derived from another halacha derived via juxtaposition, as proved from the statement of Rabbi Yochanan 49b, can nevertheless teach its halacha to another matter via a juxtaposition, as proven from the statement of Rav Papa 50a, with regard to a halacha derived via an a fortiori inference, which can be derived from another halacha derived via a juxtaposition, as proven from the statement that the school of Rabbi Yishmael taught on 50a. Is it not logical that it should teach its halacha via a juxtaposition? Hanicha laman de isle Rav Papa el laman de lesle Rav Papa mai iklamin marteku. The Gemara clarifies this works out well, according to the one who accepts the statement of Rav Papa, but according to the one who does not accept the statement of Rav Papa, meaning Mar Zutra, son of Rav Mari, what is there to say? The Gemara comments, Taiku, this question shall stand unresolved until the coming of the Messiah, son of David, When the Messiah comes, we will beat our swords into plowshares. Plowshares of stock in Tesla. How does that sound? We will beat our plowshares. We will beat our swords into plowshares of stock in Tesla.